Hey everyone, are we live on? Can you hear me okay? Let me get my iPad set up so I can join in and watch and see if anyone pops in. I'm not doing anything fancy today. I'm just starting on my Christmas cards. I usually start honestly in September, but I just haven't been doing any Christmas cards yet this year, so I thought I would just go ahead and kind of create some this afternoon as my kids are napping, and if anyone pops in and wants to say hi, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go ahead and keep working on what I started working on earlier today. So I'm going to show you this background stamp is from Concord and Ninth, and this is their plaid background stamp. I'm just like in love with plaids this season. So I went ahead and I stamped it out on some of this blue cardstock, and that's from Brutus Monroe. And I used their gargoyle for this little design here, which is a darkish gray. It's not quite black, but it's a darker gray. So I like the gray on the blue, and I'm just going to go ahead. This stamp set also has some little stripes that you can add in here. And I have another card that I just finished with this stamp set. And I wish I could show you guys, but honestly, it's for a blog post coming up. So I don't want to show it until I photograph it and, you know, write up a blog post and everything. But it turned out really great. So I'm liking this plaid background. So I'm going to try to make some more Christmas cards using this one. So I'm going to add these little stripes in here onto my background. And I want to emboss them in gold. So I'm going to go ahead and add some embossing ink. Okay, are we back? We're back. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. YouTube just kind of kicked me off. So hopefully we can just kind of start back up where we left. All right, and then I'm going to go and stamp another one out. I'm going to get all of these stamped out, and then I'm going to go ahead and emboss them. And I have an idea of how to make 2 cards out of this one background. So we'll see if we can do that today. It's always great if you can get several cards at a time, especially if you're doing Christmas cards. If you have a lot of Christmas cards to send, it's great if you can kind of get multiple cards out of one design, because it goes a little bit faster. There we go. And just stamp those out. And it's nice that this Brutus Monroe embossing ink doesn't dry. Actually, it doesn't dry at all unless you heat set it. It's an oil-based, so it gives you time to kind of stamp out your design and add all of your embossing powder before you need to go ahead and emboss. So I'm using my gilded. I'm going to go ahead and add some of that to where I just stamped. And I honestly don't know why it's sticking there, because I stamped this background like this morning before my kids even got up. So it shouldn't be sticking. It should be good and dry. But I'm just going to brush away some of that loose powder. That's not where it's supposed to be. Unless maybe some of that ink is still wet, but anyway. Sprinkle on a little bit more powder. So the first time I stamped out this background with this plaid background stamp, I did gray. I did the same color gray, gargoyle, and I did it on some of the sidewalk cardstock from Brutus Monroe, which is a light gray. So I had a darker gray on top of a light gray, and I just thought it looked great. I really loved it. So I decided to go ahead and try it on some of this blue. All right. Put that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and heat up my heat tool. Hopefully it's not too loud for everyone. And then I'll emboss that. And then I want to get some gold going the other way. So I'll go ahead and after this is embossed, I'll stamp over it again, and then we can move on with the next part of our card. All right. All right. So I love that. Do you see that gold embossed stripe there? You could just leave it one way. I think I want to go ahead and put it the other way as well. But you could just leave it up and down like that if you wanted. Let me grab my Misty and we'll go ahead and stamp it the other direction. So when I'm doing background stamps, sometimes it's hard to use your magnets when you have it in your Misty because then you don't have room. I mean, the magnets are going to be right where you're wanting to stamp. So sometimes I put just a little bit of adhesive behind my cardstock, and then I kind of, press my fingers into it a little bit to kind of get some of that sticky gone, if that's the right way to say it. And then it releases from that paper a little bit better, but it holds it down onto your Misty paper. And that way, if you're doing an all over background stamp, it'll kind of hold it down, which these stripes aren't really doing that. So I can put a few magnets here, kind of hold it down. But when I was using the big plaid background stamp, I did have to use some of that adhesive. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to stamp it down. So there's one. We just want to move it over again. Do the next row. So I love this background stamp. I just got it. I think there's so many different color combinations that you could do. Reds and golds. You could do, I'm doing blues and grays, greens. You can emboss the plaid background and then just stamp this in color. Just so many different combinations. And of course, you can always leave the stripe off too, I guess, if you wanted to do that. I think it looks really fantastic with just a little bit of gold embossing. Oops, I just did that one. We'll stamp it again. I forgot to move my stamp over. There we go. Try to get you back into the frame a little bit. Hi, Becky. I have the Wagner heat tool, and I would definitely recommend this for heat embossing. I had a different one before this, and it just took longer to heat up, and it took longer to heat up my embossing powder, and so then I had heat on my paper for longer, and it would cause a little bit more warping. So I love the Wagner. I think as long as you let it heat up a little bit before you bring it to your paper, it gets so much hotter, which is great to melt your embossing powder faster, and that way you can cut down on your warping on your cardstock. It really makes it's made a big difference for me, at least. I like the Wagner. It was my Christmas present last year for Christmas. So, all right, so I have this stamped out. I'm gonna go ahead and emboss it. Find my coffee filter and my gilded. Where do you find them? Let me think. Where did I get? I think I got mine on Amazon, actually. Yeah, you can look it up on Amazon. If you follow any of the other paper crafting stores like Simon Says Stamp, I think they have one there. But yeah, it's the Wagner, and I'm sure there's a lot of bloggers who link to it maybe on their blogs, so definitely check that out too. But mine, personally, I got it on Amazon. So I bought a lot of my stuff on Amazon. It's just so much easier than trying to drag my 2 kids through a store and try to think about what I'm trying to buy while they're, you know, jabbering in my ear. My son is a chatterbox. So definitely a cutie, but a chatterbox. Let me kind of brush away some of that powder that's sticking. You're welcome, Becky. Hopefully you can find one. I know Amazon, it just was easy to find one there, and I think it was a pretty good price. I honestly can't remember how much I paid for it, but it was a Christmas present, so. All right. Now I'm going to put the rest of the powder back into my bottle. Has anyone, maybe that's watching, have you guys started any Christmas cards yet? Or do you send Christmas cards? Do you make all of your own Christmas cards? I usually send to close family and friends. So usually I have maybe like 20 to 30 that I make handmade to send out for the holidays, which is pretty manageable. I know some people make hundreds of cards to send out. I think if I did that, I'd have to start like immediately after Christmas, the day after Christmas, to get ready for the next year. Alright, so there is my background, and I just absolutely love it. I love that blue with the gray and the gold. It's Christmassy, but I think the blue is not like super traditional Christmassy. So it's kind of a nice little different kind of background. Okay, so I think here's what I'm thinking. Oh, maybe I should cut this down first. So I want to cut this down so it can go on the front of one of my cards, and I'm going to layer on the front. So usually an A2 size card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I want to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So that just takes off 1/4 inch off of each side. So let's see, 4. So I'm going to take off, wait a minute, this is 4 inches already. So don't have to cut it down that side at all. And then 5 1/4. I have to make sure I have my measurements correct. All right, so that should layer on the front of my card beautifully. And let me see, do I have a card base around here? I was thinking I would put it on some of that Brutus Monroe sidewalk. Let me see if I have some of that. Here's my glitter stock, vellum. See some if I have some more of that sidewalk. There we go. Yep, this is sidewalk. It's a very light gray, but I really like it for backgrounds and Christmas cards. And I'm gonna cut this down to make an A2 size card, top folding. So I'm gonna go 4 1/4. Cut it the long way. And now you have 2 card bases. So I'm going to be using 1. And then I have my other card base that I can make more Christmas cards out of. So I'm going to set that aside. And then I like to use my scoreboard to score it down. I have the huge honkin' scoreboard and the 12 by 12 because it was on sale. I got it for like $5 or $6. But I know they have a smaller one that's more geared towards cards. So I just want to score that in the middle at 5 1/2. Set that off to the side. And then since I cut this down to be a little bit smaller than my card base, it's going to layer on the top right there. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to grab my die cutting machine and open it up here. And then I was thinking it would be really cute to just cut, I have some dies here. These are Winnie and Walter dies, and I have, what are these called? I forget which one these called. Multifaceted hearts. So you have these two hearts in here, just a plain one, and then this one that cuts out that really cool design. I've done that one in glitter stock before. It looks amazing, but today I think I just want to kind of center this, and I will tape this one down. I'm going to cut that out. Use some washi tape or purple tape if you have some purple tape, which is kind of like painter's tape. They have made it for this specific purpose of die cutting and different things. So it releases from your paper and really doesn't tear it. So it's fantastic. But I'm just going to use some washi tape I have on hand. Tape that down, and I'm going to run it through my Platinum 6. So now what I have is a cute little plaid heart, which I'm in love with. Absolutely adorable. I'm going to set this over to the side. And then, so I have my two pieces here. Carefully remove this. Since it gets squished down onto the cardstock, I want to peel it up carefully. And then I'm going to save my tape if I don't need to use it again later. And then actually I'm going to go ahead and score this and fold it as well. So I want to show you how you're probably already getting ideas how you can make two cards out of just the one background. All right, so then you can layer one over here on top of this sidewalk cardstock, and then one over here. So you're using the positive and the negative cutouts for Christmas cards. So then the other question is just how are we going to embellish it? So I'm going to put these dies away before I lose them on my desk somewhere. And I just thought with the Winnie and Walter dies, it's kind of cool that they give you a little magnetic, I don't know, magnetic strip of something in here to kind of keep your dies in place. I thought that was cool. Anyway, so we could make this one into a shaker card even, but let's see. And then we could pop that one up on foam adhesive. And I'm gonna find, I have some more of my Brutus Monroe Christmas, these are Christmas stamps from last year, I believe. So I want to see if I can do something with some of these. I love this one. This tree, it was just gorgeous. I embossed it in gold last year in front of a red background, and that was gorgeous. And then we have some bows. That might look cute to put a little bow on there. We've also got, those are leaves, some snowmen. That would be kind of cute to put in front. Maybe a little snowman. So we'll see. I think on this one I want to, I don't know, so many choices. I think I want to go ahead and maybe just stamp out one of these bows and then cut it out and layer on top here. What do you guys think? We'll see. All right. Ooh, I like this sentiment, this Merry Christmas. I'm going to use that one too. Where could we put that? We could just stamp it inside here maybe. Would that fit? A little bit. Let me go ahead and just stamp out that bow because I think that one is kind of saying it wants to be stamped out. How about this one? Let's see what I have over here for scrap paper. So I have some other papers that I thought would kind of coordinate well with what I'm already using. I think this one kind of looks like it would go good. So let's go ahead and stamp the bow out on this one. I think I want to emboss it in gold because, I mean, who doesn't like gold embossing? It's like my favorite, so we'll do that. Maybe I'll stamp out several of them because if I decide to make several more of these cards, I will already have bows stamped out on hand. Okay, that's probably good for now. We'll go ahead and emboss that, and then we'll fussy cut them out. So I don't know about you guys, but I am excited for the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, yay! I'm gonna get my heat tool heated up here so I can emboss my little bows. And we'll fussy cut them and stick them on our card. And look at that shine. I just love looking at that shine every time and watching that embossing powder melt. It's just my favorite. So let's go ahead and we'll cut these out. Always give your embossing powder a second or two to kind of cool because I sometimes have the habit of sticking my fingers into it too soon and then it smudges. Kind of keeping an eye on my kids right now. I think they are finally both asleep. So nap time is my craft time, where I get to come on here and just create some cards or talk to everybody, you all. Try to get some photos done and some blog posts or some videos. Speaking of videos, if you guys haven't already joined in the Save the Crafty YouTuber blog hop or video hop, you guys should definitely check that out. There are so many crafters. I think there's 91 YouTubers that are in this hop, and they've broken it up into 5 days. Started on Monday, so it's still going. It'll go tomorrow as well. And then there's so many prizes to give away. There's a lot of companies that are sponsoring prizes, and I'm actually giving away on my video a $25 gift certificate to Brutus Monroe. So there is still time to enter that if you guys want to go find my video and just comment, and then you can just specify if you're in the USA or if you're international, because sometimes that matters with the shipping. But a lot of them are giving away gift cards, and I'm gonna say I don't know if it matters for my prize since it's a gift card, but we'll see. Anyway, so you guys still have time to pop over there and watch and comment. to be entered to win a prize. And I know Jess, my friend Jess, she's on the Brutus Monroe team. She has a video up as well. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for popping in. I was just telling everybody about the Save the Crafty YouTuber blog or video hop. It's still going on. Still have a chance to go over there and watch all the fantastic videos and comment and be entered to win some prizes. Anyway, I was saying Jess, my friend Jess, she's on the Brutus Monroe team. Her channel is A Card Day's Work, so you can look her up. She's got a video as well for the hop. That looks kind of cute, doesn't it? We are creating some Christmas cards. I'm trying to show you how you can get two cards out of one background. And I'm just kind of figuring out how I want to embellish these. So we put a little bow here, which I'm really liking. I almost want to make this one into a shaker card. What do you guys think? Should we do a shaker card for that? I'm kind of thinking, do I have any like snowy? Ooh, you know what? I have these. This shaker mix from Kindred Stamps. That would look really cute. So let's do that. Let's make this one into a shaker card. I'm going to stick this back onto my stamps sheet. So we'll set this one aside for now. And we'll go ahead and make this into a shaker card. So I'm going to go ahead with some of my foam adhesive and I'm going to cut it down. Yeah, I got to cut it down so it fits. Thank you, Lisa. I love these colors too. This blue cardstock is Brutus Monroe. I don't know exactly the color of it. I'm going to guess it's maybe rock candy. Kind of coordinates with their rock candy ink. And then I just stamped this pattern out in their gargoyle ink, which is a darker gray. And then, of course, embossed with the gilded. Yeah, I love shakers too. I was telling someone the other day that shaker cards, I either win or I lose with them. You either do it right or you crash and burn. At least I do. But I think after you do it a few times, they get easier. You kind of figure it out. But when I first tried making shaker cards, I could not get it for some reason. It just was not working. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this along the sides. I do have my huge roll of Brutus Monroe foam tape, but I'm almost out of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this one up. Then I'm going to cut it this way. Actually, you know what? We need a window. I'm making a shaker card and I'm not even putting a window in the front. Okay, what are we going to use as a window? Do I have some packaging somewhere? Or some vellum? We could use vellum. That might work. You're not going to see all of the you're not going to see all the beads very clearly, but they'll be there. So maybe we should do that. Let's use some vellum. Let me mark. This is going to be kind of close here on the side, but let me mark right here. And then I'll go ahead and cut that. See if that can kind of just stick right into there. Okay, I think it'll work. So now I'm going to trim a little bit off the bottom. And then I'm going to go with my vellum and put a little bit of glue. You joined in after you stamped the pattern. This is, I'll show you. I have it sitting right here under my pile of things. This is a Concord and 9th plaid background stamp. And I just picked this one up because I love the background stamp and it's got these two little lines that you can add embossing or other colors on and just kind of create your own background, your own plaid pattern. So I'm going to go with some Brutus Monroe glue, add some liquid glue all the way around, and I just want to do that to make sure it sticks down. Kind of put some down here. All right. And I think I just want to trim just a tiny, tiny bit off the side. Doesn't really matter if it's straight, because no one's going to see it on the back side. But it was a little snug, so I want to make sure it covers everything. All right, so that is perfect. So make sure I get that squished into the glue. Oh, you have this one? Yeah, I saw it and I loved it. And I'm like, I need some plaid backgrounds in my life. So I went ahead and I ordered it. It was like my birthday present to myself. So yeah. Anyway, so moving on, I can put the rest of my foam adhesive down. I always forget one step when I do shaker cards, so I'm glad I remember that. I would have totally finished it and then realized, oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm just putting this on the top and the bottom because I want some, you know, I want to support this front panel. And then I'm going to put some more little pieces of adhesive around here just to kind of hold the shaker bits in, maybe, unless I can just kind of fill up the whole thing. So let me go ahead and just try to make sure that those are next to each other. When you're doing shaker cards, it's easier if you can use, what am I trying to say? If you can use bigger glitter, not like really fine glitter. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of falling out. If you use chunkier glitter, it's going to stay in a lot better because you don't have to make sure that, you know, it's not going to fall out. I think this is looking pretty good. I think I have everything filled up. It's not going to fall out. So let's put some of our shaker mix inside first. So this is from Kindred Stamps. This is one of their shaker mixes. I am not completely sure if it's still in their store. I got this earlier in the year, but I think it'll be great for a shaker card. My only concern is that maybe some of these beads are a little bit thick. A little thicker than the foam adhesive, so maybe we can double up on the foam adhesive. We'll see. So I'm going to remove some of this, the back. Lisa, have you used the plaid background already on some cards? Because this is the first time I'm working with it. Other than I made a card with it yesterday. So yesterday and today, those are the days I've been working with it. Okay. I think I'm going to have to double up on this foam adhesive. So let me grab... You didn't, but yeah, I know. It's so fun, isn't it? It's great watching others and getting inspiration with them. So let me grab my huge roll. Do you guys see this roll? This is from Brutus Monroe. And I actually wrote the date on here of when I started using it so I can see how long it lasts me. But this is my new roll of adhesive from... All right, are we back? Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's kicked me off a few times already. But I think we're back. I think. We'll see. Okay. Let me cut another piece here. Is that gonna fit? Cut a little bit off the side. So this is one reason I don't make shaker cards very often, is they take a little while and a little bit of engineering. Hi Roberta, thanks for joining. I'm in the process of attempting a shaker card. Okay, let me cut some more foam adhesive. Kind of fill that little gap there. I have a feeling that I probably should have just cut a full piece for the top here. I don't want any bits starting to fall out. All right. Put some of this adhesive over here. I'm gonna Oh, thanks. The container for my shaker bits I found in the jewelry section of my craft store. It's for like little beads and stuff, but it works really great for shaker mixes. And I just have them labeled by which company they're from. So I have Kindred stamps. I've got Dress My Craft, which they have some really beautiful shaker bits and shaker mixes. Then I have Brutus Monroe. These are Brutus Monroe. These are just some random ones. Oh, you have one of these? Yeah, aren't they fun? They're great for all your shaker mixes and such. And then it's just this bar that you push in and open the container that you want to open. So I love it. I'm really glad I got one of these. Let me cut just one more piece of foam adhesive, and I think all my engineering will be done. Okay, let me just cut. I'm trying to be careful to not make my shaker bits fly all over the place. Okay, let's peel off the backing if I can. Like I said, this stuff is super sticky. This is the part where all my shaker pieces are gonna fly everywhere as I'm peeling off the backers. There we go. So I am not going to be mass producing shaker cards for Christmas. So I'm not sure who I'm going to send this one to, but they better appreciate it. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. Ah, I'm going to make them fly. I just know it. Okay. Lisa, you want my card? Hey, I love Happy Mail and I love sending Happy Mail, so maybe I should start just sending random cards. That would be fun, right? I definitely need to work on sending cards as I make them, because I just love to create. I love to make the cards, so sometimes I don't get them sent out, and so I have a stash just piling up. So I need to work on just sending out cards. Like, don't wait for an occasion or something special happening in someone's life. Just send a card just to say hi. I need to work on that. Because I know I would be tickled pink to get a card in the mail just because. Okay, let me see. Sarah, you would love a card too? That is so cool. Maybe I should start something, just random cards. I know I kind of hate asking for people's addresses if they don't want to give them out. And especially would not post them on social media at all. But yeah, you make it when you need it. But yeah, I make so many cards, so I usually have them on hand. But it's just me trying to get it into the mailbox. That's my problem. I mean, I have stamps to mail them. I have envelopes. I've got everything. It's just a matter of just sitting down and writing a note and sending it. So I need to work on that. All right, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Yay! Everybody cheer. Now that my hand is firmly stuck down to this foam tape, I'm going to try to slowly pull it up. And there we go. And those two are not coming up. I don't know if I want to attempt it, so let's do this. Because otherwise, I just know I'm going to make... Okay. Sorry, guys. My camera keeps going off on me. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's on my end, or I don't know if it's YouTube or what. But at least I can see. Oh, man. 3 cards for 30 bucks? Wow. So that's like $10 a card. That's crazy. Let me see. So this is the hard part, making sure it's kind of lined up on all sides. All right. Okay. Should we just go for it? Let's just go for it. And then I'm going to push it down and let's see if I did it correctly. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit, it could have gone up a little bit, but I think I'm liking it. With the vellum, you don't see all of the shaker pieces like clearly, but you can kind of see them shimmering in there, can't you? It's really fun. And so far, nothing's falling out, so that looks pretty good. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Super expensive. You know, we just moved to California, so the cost of living is definitely higher here than it was where we moved from. So I feel like I can kind of relate to what you're saying. Hey, Karen. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to do some Christmas cards. Post office for $6.99 and $7.99 each. Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, cards, it's not cheap to buy them. I mean, honestly, if we added up all of our craft supplies, you know, that's probably not cheap either. But at least we get some of that satisfaction of making it ourselves. And if you enjoy making cards, then yeah, it's double the value because you got to enjoy making it and then someone else got to enjoy receiving it. Yeah, equal on the cost of living. Yeah. Oh yeah, once we moved here, some of our bills just made me step back and be like, really? Really? I don't know about this, but we're kind of getting adjusted, kind of learning, you know, where to cut corners and things. So it's just an adjustment no matter where you go. Yeah, dimensional cards like we make too. Those were at the post office, Roberta. So I think I want to put this here. And I just brushed it with some Wink of Stella to kind of give it some glimmer. And then we need a sentiment. What shall we do for a sentiment? Let me see. So I have some of these. Good tidings of great joy. I could just kind of stamp it on a little strip. Ooh, I like that. How about a little strip of that gray that I stamped the bow on, and let's just kind of put it in the front here. Christmas waves, magic wand over the world. Softer. I think I'll save that one. Good tidings of great joy. Sending you Christmas blessings. I kind of like that one. Let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss it in gold again because everything looks good embossed in gold. And stamp it out. Oops. Where's my stamp block? All right, good tidings of great joy. Sending you Christmas blessings. I think I like that one. Oh, these are all stuck together. I didn't realize that. So I'm just going to cut them apart. It does not hurt your stamps to cut them apart. I know it always made me nervous, but I saw some other people do it on their YouTubes, and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't hurt them at all. As long as you're careful and you cut them apart, it's okay. Of course, I could just stamp all these together and then trim down the paper and then have 3 sentiments. But I think I'll just cut it. So I'll just use this one so I don't have to take the time to cut those other ones. All right. And then I'm going to ink that up. Let me put it here. Look at that. It's perfect. It's the perfect length for this paper. It was just meant to be. All right, I'm going to pick that up. Are we having another PJ party in bed? I hope so. I hope he's on again tonight. I just have so much fun watching everybody go live. And last night's like little impromptu live hop was just so much fun. First it was Jess, and then Christopher, and then Daniel, who is our new inspiration team member. which we're so excited to have him. If you guys haven't checked out his YouTube yet, he YouTubes over at Del and Artie. So it's DELAND and then ARTIE, Del and Artie. So his channel, he's got that up and going. And then he blogs and he's on Instagram. So check that out as well. Lots of great inspiration. But yeah, that was so much fun, wasn't it? I stayed up a little bit later than I usually do. Oh, were you watching him live today, Karen? Yeah, I wish I could catch all of the lives, but I have two little monsters that keep me busy during the day. So pretty much nap time. And when they're in bed is when I get to do the social media thing. So that's why I'm kind of with you guys at an odd time today. It's their nap time, which works the best for me if I want to go live or something. But I wish I could pop on later in the evening when everyone's at home. Yeah, he is. Daniel is. I noticed that too. He's very kind. He's got a lot of talent. So I think he's a really incredible card maker. And I think he's a really positive influence in the crafting community. I think it's just fantastic. And honestly, a lot of the crafters that I work with, they're all just so kind and so gracious to each other. The way they support each other, you wouldn't even believe that some of these, you know, they're businesses, but they're all working together. And I just think it's fantastic. It's an industry like no other. I am learning. And I've only been on a design team now for like 3 years, the past 3 years. So it's amazing. You meet amazing people and you become friends with them online, and then you meet them in real life and you feel like you already know them. So it's just really fun to connect. All right. Great people. Oh, you work from home, Karen? What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, look at that. I love it. You almost don't need the bow. But, I mean, I think it's cute, so we'll probably keep it there. Maybe? Or does it cover up that sentiment? Or do I put this over the bow? I don't know. Now I don't know. Maybe I'll just do this. And then add some sequins around there. Okay. And I don't think I'll put it on foam adhesive since there's already so much dimension here. I'm just going to tape it down. Keep this art alive. I know, it's so fun. And, you know, you sell, register, and load supplies. Oops. I'm going to put this on here because that's going to fall. Yeah. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the craft of, well, card making. But I've never had someone look at me strange when I give them a handmade card. They usually enjoy it, and they're usually kind of happily surprised. So I feel like most people are very touched by a homemade card. So I love it. Isn't that cute? That gray almost really matches the gray on the background. So I just want to do a few sequins on the front, and I'm just going to use the ones that we put inside. Maybe if I can pick a few of these out. Pretty with the bow in the lower side of the sentiment, like down here. I do like the bow, I really do. But do you think it covers up the sentiment too much, or can you kind of still read it? I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so if I make a space, it kind of, well, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Do you guys like that? Maybe we should just go ahead and pop that on there. I really want to do foam adhesive, but I know I have so much dimension on this card already. Let's see what we can do. Maybe I'll just cut down a little bit. Keep the bow on? Okay, we'll keep the bow on. The people have spoken. We want a bow. All right. Maybe this will just be a hand hand-given card instead of an envelope with all this dimension, right? What is with me today? I can't get the backers off of these foam pieces. All right, so let's go ahead and stick that on there. Maybe just like that. That's cute. Yep, I agree. I agree. I like it. Thank you guys. I would have totally left that bow off, but I really like it now. So let's add a few sequins too, because you can never go wrong with sequins. I always like to kind of place them, bend the wings up a little bit. That's cute. Kind of make it curly a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think that looks good. And I'm just gonna put just a few sequins on there and call it a day. So I don't know why, but I just like using my glassy accents for sequins. I mean, the Brutus Monroe craft glue works great too, but I think it's just because I have it in this little bottle and I can squirt out just a tiny little bit. I like bling too, Karen. My cards lately all have sequins on them, and I love it. The gold, the glitter stock, the sequins, everything. Give me all the sparkle. Okay. And I think that one is done. I love it. Cute little shaker card. Adorable. So there's a Christmas card for this year. Took me a little bit longer than I thought it would. I thought we would have time to make 2 cards. I don't know. I think I might have to run because my kids might be waking up. But I was going to do something with this one as well. So I can probably finish this one and kind of post it later if you guys want to see what I do with it. Or maybe I can save it for another live if you guys want to join in and help me create something with this. But I think I have to run now. But thank you everyone for joining in. I really enjoy talking to everyone and just getting to know you better. So yeah, have a great day and remember to create something yourself. Hopefully this gave you some cute Christmas card ideas. But I'll catch you next time. So thanks so much for stopping in. Bye.